Hi, hello, and welcome to the Tarot Buffet, brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is, excuse me, it's Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for fire rising signs, the period between around the 14th through the 27th, give or take a day or two. And that's depending on, where you are on the planet. And it's designed for fire rising signs. If you don't know your rising sign, start with your north node. Everything else becomes way less accurate depending on the month or the chart. Okay. And if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. As of course, like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. If anything that is said resonates deeply with you, we will be imposing the guidance from the Thoth Tarot. That's by Aleister Crowley, later Frida Harris. We will be deliberating the findings from Pop of Love Oracle by Vibe About It Tarot, the Egyptian Oracle by Sylvana Elasia, and the last we'll be deliberating from is the Aleister Crowley Tarot by Tanya Ajan. Again, we'll be imposing the guidance from the Thoth Tarot by Aleister Crowley, and we will be deliberating the findings from the Aleister Crowley Tarot by Tanya Ajan. Let's begin. So we have a page of cups with the 5 of cups. That means somebody's feeling disappointed. They can be mourning, grieving. We're also feeling chosen here, or happy, fulfilled. So there's a little bit of directionality. Usually to the left of the 5 of cups is what's spilled over. So somebody moved on, moved forward. There was a clearance, a way out of something. And then what was left behind was happiness. However, on our end, there was some kind of loss. So there might have been needing to accept defeat or whittle through disappointment. Oftentimes when you see the 5 and the 9 of cups, it means, if you lose somebody, you gain yourself. We're kind of left alone without another person, but we figured out who we are, what we're about. So the thing that we're moving forward with is internal value. It's internal resources, typically self-worth and value, respect, what we deserve, understanding what we deserve, things of that nature. So I'm hearing this language, thank God I found you. And honestly, like the theme of this cycle of readings here has been very much about connecting to the all that is, the grand plan, the great orchestration. Typically it's about joining our rank of light workers, being part of the heavenly choir, even if we're an earth angel. So it's about spiritual practice and universal, you know, design. Is the universal oneness and the unconditional love of the universe is really what the other readings have been about. So we'll see what this one is about. With the 9 of cups and the 6 of swords, that's like the river Styx, being chosen, having a all access card out of the lower realms into the higher realms, especially with this page of cups. And with this Ace of Wands, it can be that we're standing around the gate of hell here. With the 10 of Pentacles, that could cause a lot of conflict in this Sun card here. So I do want to say, if we see the Fool card, the Hangman, or the Judgment card, those are talking about transits. We trine during this 2-week cycle, we trine Uranus, that's the Fool card. We oppose the Hangman, that's Neptune. We also oppose Pluto, that's the Judgment card. Okay, so we have a double 9 here. There's some need to spend time alone. We're needing space in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. With the sun, it would talk about being led to paradise. The sun in the Six of Swords is being led to paradise. It's confirmed here with the Six of Cups. We have a double nine and a double six. So that's gifts, favors, blessings, support. It's being chosen. So we have a double nine and a double six. We also have that sun card with the Aeon. That's the judgment card. So the sun trines Pluto on the 22nd. That's the powers that be are gonna be getting an assist with the Christ consciousness, whatever unconditional love is moving through us as an embodiment of the divine. That's Christ consciousness. And here we have the star card. So when you see the star card in the judgment card, it means we have natural born power. There's a calling on our life, a destiny. And it's been slow and steady kind of energy with the Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. So it's almost like we're now beginning to unmask, to embark, to awaken some dormant destiny that lied within us. We had to be at a certain kind of energy frequency vibration. And I'm getting a lot of energy here. So first things first, somebody may have their North Node in Aries. Okay, also can be an Aries moon. That's a Capricorn rising. We also have a Leo moon here, which is a Taurus rising. And if there is a Taurus rising, the Saturn would be in the first house. So somebody here might not know their node. It would be Aries or Libra. And then just so you know, your rising sign is Taurus, and you would have Saturn there. If you have Saturn and Taurus, and you're an Earth node, and I mean, you're a fire node, and you're watching this because you don't know your rising sign, you're probably a Taurus rising with Saturn in the first house. That's somebody, because they either have their sun in Aries or their sun in Aquarius here. Okay, so we've got the full card and the judgment card. So there's something about breaking up, breaking free. Serenity is returning to us. Somebody here may have their Venus in Aries. We were kind of disappointed with the Six of Cups, Five of Cups. There was a group and environment surrounding location, people, place, and thing that we were disappointed in. We were feeling remorse, grieving. Kind of we were innocent in some way, and we were chosen. We didn't know the favor on our life. And so there was animosity towards us that we were unaware of. And we were navigating, negotiating the path, not recognizing the haterade, not recognizing the two-facedness, not recognizing, and the sun for us is moving through the 12th, 8th, 4th house. Since this is Virgo season and we are a fire rising sign, that means if we're having a Uranus event, again, that's those houses, 12th, 4th, 8th house. There's something going on about our awakening. Things have been going on in front of our eyes, but behind our back, meaning things have been going over our head. Even if we do perceive them, we don't necessarily discern them. And something's clicked into place. It's a very much indication when you see the Four of Wands. It's something that I don't hear mentioned a lot. I know it's the 20-twin card, 1111. I know it means your seat, your home, a cozy relationship, some type of celebration. even a ritual. It can't even mean hand fasting or the threshold, but it means something clicks into place. And what it was is we understand the spot that we've been given by the divine. We finally understand the favor on our life. We have understanding about it. And it's because we've accidentally defended our spot several times. So now we know what's up. Now we know how to handle up. Now we know what to do, essentially. So let's see what that means. We have the King of Cups here. So we have this unconditional love, and we do have a Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. So that is love here. However, we were being stripped of the people, places, and things we were around with the Five of Cups. A double five means losses, depletions, chaos. Something deteriorated. Yeah, we had options, a lot of options that didn't pan out. And we were giving to them lovingly, caringly, kindly, kind of innocently, ignorantly, even. When we were just around people with ulterior motives, a lot of things fell apart that we didn't understand why. And it seemed like a lot of people we were giving to really got the best out of the situation, then walked forward, leaving us behind. It would have seemed like we were vilified or made wrong or othered, but we were really just disappointed, overlooked, left behind, really dismissed. We were misperceived, misjudged, mistaken, misused, mistreated. And I'm going to be honest, it was to no fault of our own. We were a little bit mopey-dopey, maybe. Okay, for one or two of us, we could have been a crab in a bucket here, meaning we weren't interfering with other people, but we would have been seeing people move on, move forward without us, people getting their flowers, getting recognition, getting their leg up, their boss up, their glow up, getting their ticket out, their way out without us being left behind. Listen, the last to be picked is the first to be chosen. All the people around us, they didn't have the calling on our life that we have, the calling on their life that we have. We have bigger, brighter, and better in this world. There were hidden agendas and motives around people, places, and things we were around. Hidden agendas and ulterior motives. The Moon card, around people, places, and things that we were around. Lover's card. It could have been choices, favor. It could be cliques and cabals, collaborators, even. There was some type of power grab, Two of Wands, and somebody got it. King of Cups. It should have been ours. Five of Pentacles. We were left out, and it was promised to us before we got here. Ten of Cups, and we will come to receive it in this life. Ten of Pentacles. However, it took getting into different spaces. Five of Cups. We were in the wrong group of people. And there was something in our nature we needed to overcome. Nine of Wands. Now, somebody here is a Virgo rising. A Gemini rising. Virgo rising for certain, probably with their Mercury in Virgo. And they may also be a Taurus rising or have their sun in Aquarius or in Aries. And we definitely have a Scorpio sun here as well. A mystery is being revealed slowly, that we're chosen and we haven't been navigating, negotiating in environments, surroundings, and locations where that favor on our life is respected. We're trying to hang out with friends instead of spiritual companions. We're trying to find a lover instead of a spiritual mate. And what's happening is the energy that is alive in us, the vibration, the frequency, it's repelling lesser energies. It's not always dark. It's not always sinister. It's not always wicked. But there are hidden agendas, ulterior motives, meaning there's things going on in the subconscious or from past lives or deep within people that hasn't reached the surface. It hasn't manifested. It's still latent in some way. The moon card. It's like a fingerprint that you can't see because you haven't sprinkled the dust over. That's the moon card. Something is latent, hidden underneath the surface, in the recesses of our mind, in the depths of our subconscious. It's here. There's hidden soul ties from previous lives. So it might seem like we haven't made it very far. We haven't done very much. We haven't been received well, recognized at all even. That's not true. We have on from the heavens, but not here upon the earth. And the people getting their ticket out, they need to go. They need to clear the space anyways, because big things are about to happen for us. There's a new awakening. There's a new call out. There's a new announcement. And we are finally ready. Things are falling into place for us. The spot that's being prepared is our spot. The spot that's being prepared, Ten of Cups being prepared, that was promised to us. Four of Wands, that's the spot. The person sitting in the spot, Queen of Wands, it's all on our side and it's clarifying this promise. It's just what we're receiving down here is Five of Cups. We're feeling disappointed or grieving or mourning because it feels like a lot of people have left us. But we're alone and we're happy, which just means we've been blessed, we've been chosen, we're favored. But we don't understand why necessarily. So Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles is usually happily ever after. So there was something that was delayed or blocked or interrupted, interfered with. And it's because there was a promise to us, a favor, a fortune on our life, some kind of new beginning that's angelic in its nature, a golden goose, if you would. Yeah, there might even be somebody returning. So something, some energy that was already in our life from a past period is trying to return because there's a blessing here from God, heavenly blessing here. And I'm getting delayed. So they're feeling remorse because they showed their hand too quickly. So we were deemed as stupid or lame or something of that nature. That just means they were impatient. But this is the sorcerer energy, meaning they draw their power, they draw their blessings, they draw their abundance from other sources, not from their own. Because we're the golden goose. We're made up of the genuine article that fuels the creation. Yeah, and also there was something outstanding, something long-standing with the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, we had to cook in the fire for a while. We had to bake in the oven for a while. There's something here. Something's been cooking. A bunch of pages. Energy, I'm not gonna work this. It also took a while for our spot to get ready. That means maturation. I did see the Eight of Cups already. And see the heavens, the ancestors, they're really protecting our energy. And something's being guarded against because there's indecision on our end. It was easy to confuse us, so we'll deal with the benefit of doubt, or it's not always a bad thing, the Two of Swords, because it's always dealing with opposites. Go direction A, go direction B. Do you want to do it at nighttime or do you want to do it during the daytime? Do you want to be on the front line or do you want to be behind the scenes? There's always like two stark opposites, which also has the energy of dealing with the benefit of the doubt or being able to handle opposing forces or opposing energies and not be affected by it. It's discernment. Part of that is being impartial because everything is just new. So it's like a new beginning or something fresh, but it came through getting to a maturity. So we're about to have a new beginning because our energy is different. And a lot of the times that things where it felt like I'm hearing circle the drain. I'm hearing that word, circle the drain. Six of Swords with the Five of Cups can be circling the drain, but that's kind of like, I wouldn't say this, but flushing the toilet or taking the stopper out of the tub. We couldn't be receiving what we're about to receive in the environments that we were around before, although it's not giving us bad environments. It's just saying that now we're entering in heavenly vibrations. We're entering in divine principalities upon the earth. We're entering in to houses of God. We're entering into chosen people. So we're going to be with our tribe. We're going to be in the environment surrounding location that we need to be. And before, people were hanging on. They might have been assignments, they might have been attachments, but it was activation, it was catalytic energy. Now we're going into the prime time. And that was the junior league or the tryout or the scrimmage, the pretend, the rehearsal. Okay. So the Page of Cups fell to the floor. We were really innocent, naive, or very favored, all of that. We have a very pure heart, a very clean soul. And there was an agenda, there were seeds being planted, and we needed to wait to the right time. Something needed to turn around. I'll be honest, the universe was managing things on our behalf. And that's very indicative when you see 12th, 8th, 4th house energy. It can be the things that are going on behind our back, over our head. And if the 12th house is being activated, which it is, we have Leo energy here. The sun is in Virgo. Leo is the 12th house to Virgo. That would mean things going on behind the scenes and behind our back. And here's the King of Swords. So it's true. There were too many places where we could have turned right or turned left and entered into an alley with the demon. And so we needed to be held in place. Four of Cups is very much a suppression energy. It's when, if you engage, you'll fumble. And if you didn't engage when you were supposed to, it's a fumble. It's basically a rejection or a milquetoast. There was too many trespasses around and things needed to be cleared away so that we can have our spot ready for Wands. It's because we were going to be the vessel for something, some kind of unconditional love from the divine. We were going to be carrying the spirit of the Lord within us, because we were going to be seated on some throne somewhere. We had a spot. Okay, and it quieted down. See, I was getting that energy, but there was no way I was going to be able to explain it with the clarifiers. Let's continue on with the story. Something's finally over. Oh, wait, we had love here. The 10 of Cups with the 10 of Pentacles. Also, we have the Lover's card. Okay, so we're ready. Also, I feel like we're in sacred union with the divine, and it's going to step into the physical through the spiritual now. So we're around the soul group Lover's card, and here's the Empress. Yeah, so we're married to God. This is the throne of God. And Queen of Cups. So God speaks for us already. That means you're receiving the unconditional love of the divine. But here's the energy of other people. This is the number 4th position. It's literally what comes and goes. There's a blockage there. There's terms and conditions, basically rules, regulations, and restrictions. If people come towards us, they're going to get wrangled down and restrained unless their energy is right. And then we also have this 4 of Wands. So we're open to a twin because we're surrounded by soulmates. And there we go. We need recognition. And we're already in spiritual union. Okay. So we just need to enter into physical union, and that's going to happen in some kind of cycle that we're just entering into. Okay, what was the double 5 energy? We were held in place for some time. It would have felt like we were losing or things were being depleted. It was just actually kind of like a minor protection, because there were sinners and attackers around. There was something to protect. We needed to maintain some kind of ground, because there were hidden agendas, ulterior motives, literally people living in sin. And we need to be guarded against temptation is what this is saying. But it's over. There's a transition. I think we're having a physical change in location, or people that were around us physically are being removed. What was this double nine? Tell me about this pair of nines. Okay, so we were being prepared. There was a promise on our life. So most people going through the incarnation of existence, they're here because they paid an admission. They came to the university. Universe, united in one syllable, but also they came here to learn how to tune into the universal vibration. Most people had to be admitted, but we're here on assignment. Most people had to pay a fee to be here upon the earth. We're actually drawing a salary. So we're here as a working for the Lord. We're here working for the grand design, the great orchestration. And but we have free will, which means we're under a human perspective. And our heart is very clean, so we're making it through very easy. But it does weigh heavy on us. Since our heart is open and we're not a friend of the world, we're not guided by sight, we're guided by faith. Things hit us, which is what should happen to a pure heart. So we're going to test without even noticing, because not every test is an examination. Some of them is just evaluation. Whenever our heart gets tested, it's cleaner and purer than other people. So this isolation, this double nine, it was just not a time. We weren't in the queue yet. We weren't going to be picked up because it wasn't our cycle. But it's wrapped up, something finished, and it was a very difficult cycle. There was a lot of evil around we didn't even know. But now it's our time. Actions, whatever actions we take soon, is going to be fruitful. Okay, so we have the Emperor and the Empress here. Somebody is a Libra rising. And if they are Libra rising, they have Saturn in the first house. Here's this Devil card. Now, it's negated with the Three of Swords. It just means taboo, or something negative needs to be addressed before the cycle ends, or if it does end without it being addressed, it'll incur karmic death. Yeah, so somebody's going to end up in purgatory here unless something gets addressed. Yeah, okay, so we were in a cycle where we had to learn. We were safe. Nothing bad was going to happen unless we didn't learn. We were also not going to receive whatever benefit we were supposed to receive, because there was some type of judgment being called upon us, but we weren't under judgment. Somebody was trying to impose judgment, and it was a battle. I'm not getting this, but I'm feeling it. It's like we have a spot. We were born into a spot, probably because we're chosen Nine of Cups. The throne of the Dark Kingdom is here. And there was some type of evil agent, some type of corrupted vow or broken oath or trickster. Somebody tried to lord over, preside over, speak over our life in some kind of way, Hierophant and the magician. But like I said, a broken vow or an oath breaker, Hierophant and the Devil card. There was some kind of delay or power over us or something. Devil and the Three of Swords. There was some type of dark feminine or dark womb. That's what the abyss is. It's like a womb, but it's a dark womb. It's the opposite of womb of creation. It's where things are purified through destruction. That's what the abyss actually represents. And it's just like the womb of creation, although nothing is created there except purification. Because the soul goes there to get destroyed. Typically, that's a fate left for people that have to experience damnation because none of their incarnational cycles taught them anything. So they need to go, because austerity cleanses, but pain, suffering purifies. Because adversity is the catalyst for success. Conflict breeds change. Pain returned to the path. We were already in the path here. And the pain that we experienced was by trying to connect, trying to find God's love in other people. And when we were left to our own devices, we found God's love within ourselves. So now we've codified some kind of sacred union. And whatever spaces that the divine could inhabit that were within inside of us, where the darkness was trying to inhabit, or where the darkness was trying to take a stronghold, now there's it's getting purged. Five of Cups is a purging card. It can be anything from vomiting to having a movement, an evacuation. It could be flushing, it can be purging, it can be doing vermifuge, it can be something as simple as smudging the house. Five of Cups, you want to see the Death card or the Tower card with it. Here it's just giving elaboration here. With the Three of Swords, it would be talking about some kind of karmic condition. Something or someone tried to lord over, speak over, preside over our lives, Hierophant. It's clarified here by the Empress and the Three of Swords. So they wanted to strip us or block us or add conditions, bind our crown. Three of Swords, Empress. Because they're bold and emblazoned, they want a bigger, brighter, and better. They're seeking power. Page of Wands with the Emperor. They want our throne. And they use some kind of manipulation or matriculation. They tried to use some kind of spiritual power to do that. Magician, they tried to manifest that through spiritual power, Hierophant. But earthly power here is ours is too strong. We have the Star card, the Nine of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. We're too strong. But see, Page of Cups, we were innocent, naive, ignorant. We didn't know. That's what they were trying to do. Tell me about this Emperor and Empress. Nine of Pentacles. So we're strong within the self. We're secure within the self. And the Emperor came up. So this is the typical Osiris and Set battle between good and evil, light and dark. So the devil has run out of temptation. And they're having to admit fault. That's a yes here with we've reached spiritual perfection. And all of the infernal beings are going to be left to their own devices. And they're doing one more look around, one more walkthrough to see if they can try any other tips or tricks to see if their last hurrah is going to work. It's not going to. They're rejected. They're stumped. Four of Cups. They don't know what to do now. And again, they keep doing deep, deep, deep investigation into us to see what they can hold on to, what they can secure. There's nothing. It's going to slip out of their hands and fingers all the time because their soul isn't free. They're pinned down in damnation. Ten of Swords. And that's according to karmic justice. See, this Three of Swords is the energy between Libra and Saturn. It's Saturn in Libra. So what Three of Swords means, and look at these two cards. We were too innocent and naive, but we passed Page of Cups, but we passed that test without even knowing. Page of Cups is out here as well. So we had love here, bona fide love. Let's take a look at that. Emperor, Empress. Let's take a look at that. Okay, difficult differences. We were going about something in a way that made it difficult to understand, but see, that happens when you're not clear on your intentions. A lot of times, just trying to understand the person more will handle all of the minor conflicts, social disagreements, things of that nature. You'll have a conflict with the person when you want something from them, but you're going about it in a way that causes conflict. Typically, when you stop for a moment, you put your needs aside and you just try to have a connection, whatever you want is easy to get. So difficult in opinions, ideas, different differences in opinions and ideas, especially about love. Differences in status, money, power, culture. One is unawakened while the other is awakened. If we're dealing with some fallen twin or false flame or something, our differences drove us apart, and it angered me that you did not understand where I was coming from. It still pains me that we can't come to an agreement even if we love each other. What I'm getting though is that we're receiving the love of the divine, and there's some energy entity ideology where they're upset that we're receiving more favor or we're unbothered. They want to see us be affected. But see, the thing is, we don't have a bunch of attachments. Suffering is born out of attachment to desire. And yeah, we might desire something momentarily to say that we have an unmet need, but once we go towards it, we're going towards ourselves. We're not going towards this material. And see, union and sync, we're connected to the divine with Gemini energy as well. And this other person's desensitizing. So they're using material things and substances to distract because they're unwilling to face the truth. And this union and sync, we're in union with the divine. So it doesn't matter what human that unity manifests out of. If they're not going to be that reflection of source, we're already part of source. So we can just withdraw and go within and get our needs met. It's a self-actualized person. They're really hard to fool or manipulate or whatever. And a lot of energies, a lot of entities will that's like kryptonite to them, but it's also like catnip. They'll be like, oh, you're an excellent marker. Oh, you'd be a wonderful treat to get. Let me double down, let me triple down, let me quadruple down. But our spiritual practices are too strong. That's the thing. And we're very discerning, but it's not necessarily calling things out, judging things, recognizing the cycle for what it is. It's just we're willing to say things out loud. We're willing to call things as they are. We're willing to talk about it, to go towards it, to work towards it. And see, when we're living in the light, or we're coming righteously, or when we're working and acting out of virtue, if there's darker agendas, it's not going to work. This is the energy of consistently trying to work out with something that was never going to work in the first place. It was futile from the beginning because it didn't start out the right way. We would have been feeling ghosted a lot. That's that 5 of Cups. It's because we were giving our heart, our soul, our everything over to situations that were not even trying to see us. And listen, them walking away was a type of surrender. They were never going to say, oh, hey, I give up. You bested me. You fooled me. We're fulfilled, but in heaven, not here upon the earth. And that's starting to come in upon the earth anyway. Tell me about that 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. So things are actually getting better. Ignore the dates. Spring means that, listen, the seed's being planted. We're going to have to keep dating because we're starting to figure out that our twin is coming online. We're starting to feel connected to the all that is. And I'll be honest, we're in a union with Great Spirit already. Okay, we renewed our covenant with the divine. And this masculine is going to manifest out of the spirit into the physical. We just need to go forward because we're feeling lonely and we're feeling wounded because a lot of people have left our side down here upon the earth. Nothing really worked out with any person. And if we're a man watching it, we've stepped into our divine masculine. Nobody that we're wondering about is the person. We might have come close, but it was really self-work. Yeah, and anybody that we almost made it with, they're a false flame. They are going to be feeling separate from us because they were reaching that God love through us instead of through their own spiritual practice. And so they're never going to be able to see straight anyways because they can't see themselves. We were just a catalyst for them, a magic muse. So for us, just understand that anybody that we almost made it there with, it wasn't the right one. Be careful of sentimentality. And it's on both sides because people will be missing us because they had a blessing and they didn't do it correctly. They let us go thinking that we weren't the thing that they wanted, but they couldn't perceive us. They couldn't recognize us because real recognizes real. So they fumbled their opportunity with glory. And they'll learn, but they may spend the rest of their life learning. It's karma for them. Also, we were in a union with somebody and they didn't fulfill the terms of the agreement, and we're being removed from them. And we need to let it go. Some of us watching, we were held up in a connection. Now, it's not always going to seem like it. We might not even call them a lover or a boyfriend. It might have been a friend that had a crush on us. Could have even been the same sex. Listen, a lot of things get polarized down here upon the earth. We were in a union. Might not have been a sacred union. Might not have been, lovers. We were in a union with somebody. We were supposed to be light working partners together, whether it was filial or congenial. Congenial meaning a friend. We might have had a best friend. We were supposed to go out and change the world. Shakabuku people, wake them up, tell them the truth about our creator and the orchestration and grand design here of the universe to work towards universal oneness and unconditional love. We might have been supposed to do that with our bestie. And they started tripping, doing something stupid. We might have also found a lover and they were supposed to grow into our twin flame with us, really healed quickly. And they decided to go slow. And us being so loving, caring, kind made it seem like naivete to them. And some of them weren't getting out of us what they wanted, and so they just ghosted us. Some of them were trying to attack us, but we were so loving, caring, kind that it never registered. And by the time they started to change their tactics, they were removed from us by the Lord. So it's different strokes for different folks. We were in some kind of union. The devil card should be the lover's card. But whatever tie, it wasn't an assignment, it was an attachment. And we had to, there were terms and conditions, 3 of Swords, we had to leave. Something external came in and broke up that harmony, that happiness. Also, to be honest, somebody stole what was ours. But the thing about it is, what's for us won't pass us by. So if they sat down on our throne, it became a prison for them. Really what it was karma was being served through us. And we weren't around people that were ever going to appreciate us. We weren't around anybody that was ever going to respect us for what we were, who we were, what we were about. We were used as a test for other people. That's another thing that happens to chosen children, though. So now that we're aligned, if we keep working towards our spiritual practice, we're going to come across the person that we're supposed to be meeting. We entered into spiritual union, so this will come into physical union eventually. Yeah. The righteousness. We had to go down the path. I had to open. We had to mature and awaken, and there was healing. again, I know for sure that we came up across a lot of evil. You see the cat at the bottom? We came up across a lot of evil. And it was primordial evil, fundamental darkness. And now we're ready to go on, go forward. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to serve. If anything that I said resonates deeply with you, like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. Our spot in heaven was protected. Somebody wanted to use love to take us off our throne. It didn't happen. That failed for them. They're really expert at doing this. It just didn't work with us. We're a different type of being. We look stupid to them, but we outsmarted them without even knowing. Somebody was blocking our ascension with the Three of Swords here. That's finally over. This is a new beginning for us. But it's because we're entering into our union with the divine. So if we've been looking at a spiritual practice or a spiritual teaching or something of that nature, we need to go towards it. Also, it keeps talking about love is going to start here, but I'm not seeing this person show up. It's just that they're approaching very slowly. We've been healing on different sides of the globe, or we've been going through different aspects of the same cycle together. But it's about to turn. It's about to turn. This is a new path. This is about a new path. Because the path that we were on before wasn't the path that was designed for our life. We could stay on the path, but it's going to give us less than what God's trying to give us. Just because we have free will and we can choose well for ourselves doesn't mean we know what the future holds. There's a more divine path for us to be on, and we can't fathom what we're going to receive from walking that path. This is the path back to Eden. But not all of us are going to make that. This is a brand new path. A new path opens up. Honestly, though, we're only going to make it to Eden if we stay on a spiritual practice. With this Eight of Cups hangman, we need to withdraw from a lot of attachments because the evil eye is everywhere. There's some energy here trying to attack the things that they perceive us to love so that our energy goes lower, so that we're in a depressive state. But the thing is, we're focused on God. So if we take refuge in the Lord, nothing of the world, nothing of this world is gonna, we have God. That's what we love. So what doesn't matter what they kill and destroy down here. We have God. They're not gonna be able to. It's that English in my. It doesn't matter what this evil eye is going after. If we have the Lord, you can't evil eye the Lord. Your eye will go blind. Yeah, it's again more destruction and chaos magic. They want to box us in, secure our energy in some way. That just means we're being energetically targeted. It's because the promise of the divine is on our life. The universe here works in our favor. We possess great spiritual power. That's something that is very clear to me here. So a new path opens up. Honestly, it's the path to Eden, but honestly, it's coming from us being enshrined here in the physical. We're going to be elevated in some kind of way, and it's a multi-step process. So the best thing I can tell you is to, or the best thing I can tell us is to, oh, the story needs to be quiet. I'm at my limit here. We're being, see, even during this reading, we're actively battling. They're trying to attack our spiritual inheritance. Ten of Cups is the celestial endowment. Ten of Pentacles is the spiritual inheritance, and it's flanked by a demonic energy. So that's what they're after. But in order to come into this on the earth, it happens in a very specific way. Before we come to earth, we belong to the heavenly choir, and what level or what ranking in the choir is according to what we've built in our energy. There's a final layer where you can cement in that energy, and it's people who basically, you build a ministry upon the earth, and building a ministry is not always having followers. It's how steadfast were you in your practice. There are people that forsake material possessions and they meditate under a tree for 40 years and they end up at the highest level of heaven. It's the opposite of people that are inconstant, where they'll make a promise and they'll falter, or they'll make a New Year's resolution and they'll falter. These are people who will be steadfast in their faith. And it's coming out in two different ways here. So one way is that believe in the Lord. The other one is disbelieve in universal love. So when we're walking down the road, when we're walking across the world, what is the love in our heart that keeps being remembered? When you see suffering, when you see sickness, when you see death, what is the first thing that calls to help? You know, me, I really like to work with people with addiction and people with affliction, normally homelessness. I love to act like a social worker. That's really my bread and butter. You know, I work with a lot of needy population, and that's honestly what, it doesn't matter who you tell me I am and whatever mistakes I've made in the past. I know the help that I put out into the world. I know the good love that I put out into the world. I know how I help the average wayward soul. Does that make sense? Besides having a YouTube channel and doing all that other stuff, does that make sense? So it's like when I look out into the world and I see suffering people, I want to help the addicted and the afflicted. Everybody who's a child of God has that kind of love. When we look out into the world, how are we called to serve? So that's the other thing. Besides love of God, having that be steadfast, how is the love in your heart triggered? Because the how and the what and the when and the where and the why and all of that stuff, that's all, you know, there's multiple ways to skin a cat. 2 + 2 = 4, but so does 1 + 3. Okay. So does -9 + 13. All of that equals 4. You know what I mean? We're trying to get to the integer 4. We're trying to get to the same space here. How you get there doesn't matter. Well, two things were talked about. Unconditional love in the Lord. We need steadfast belief in the creation. Second thing is being a loving, caring, kind human being, having an open heart. It's called compassion. We need to have this compassion energy. That's what I'm getting. So this reading is called A New Path, but it's just behind the new path is to Eden. And the path to Eden is through sacred union. We're already in a sacred union. That's why this reading was so confusing. But this union is going to step into the physical through a member of the soul group. So again, if we've been rejected and overlooked and ghosted and all that, it's because we're not in the right places. We might need to join a new group, and it doesn't stop looking outside. Look inside. What do you love? Make sure that your hobbies are reflected in your groups. How do you want to give back? Make sure that whether it's volunteer work or donations, tithing, starting a light worker business, let's align our lives that way. Not about are we dating or not. You'll meet the person you're supposed to be with when you're doing the thing you're supposed to do. Get your best life. And it's not about the TV, it's not about the car, it's not about, does it make sense? Build it up from the inside out. If you're a good person, what does a good person do? If you're bait up, what kind of person are you trying to attract? Become that person you're trying to attract. If you want to start a light worker business, start the light worker business right now. It doesn't matter about the YouTube channel or the Shopify or the whatever, what have you. What is the message you're putting out there into the universe? Live that life. Be that person. Who you want to be determines what you do, therefore determining what you have. Okay? Your actions affect your results reinforce your thinking. Okay? It's your habits that affect your destiny, not your, does that make sense? Okay, so have a great day. This is about a new path. Take good care. Bye.